Sometimes a signal from the void isn't just noise. It's not random static. No, it's a warning, something meticulously crafted, deeply coded, and sent with a purpose. We're only now starting to wrap our heads around. So that's the voice you're hearing. It's the start of a transmission. Recon 9 reporting to their captain. And this single message, it kicks off an intelligence puzzle that is just unlike anything else. It all starts with what seems like a pretty simple, if a little unusual, find. Right, so what Recon 9 picked up, it wasn't just some stray message. The captain, he knew right away. This was a complex, encrypted data package. And get this, he suspected it was from a non-human source, and it felt like it was meant to be found. And here we go. This is layer 1 of the puzzle, just a wall of raw binary code. I mean, to you and me, it's just a stream of ones and zeros, right? But for the captain, this was the lock, and he knew the key had to be in there somewhere. So once they translated it, what did they find? Not military secrets, not some technical schematic. No. They found verses from the Book of Revelation, chapter 13. I mean, talk about cryptic and apocalyptic. But here's the kicker. This biblical stuff, it was just the box. The real message was hidden inside. Okay, so let's get to that core evidence. Because hidden inside that biblical container was another piece of data, disguised as something else entirely. It was a bizarre and pretty ominous poem, structured and even performed like a song. The song just jumps right in with this direct challenge, calling out someone or something named JaSON. And it's just dripping with these old mythological references, calling him the son of King Esion, the leader of the arrogant Knots, which is a pretty clever and not very subtle play on the Argonauts. And then the chorus hits, and wow, the tone just shifts. It becomes incredibly dire. It lays out this impossible choice, where either way, the consequences are fatal. Take a mark and don't survive. Refuse it and take that dive. It's a total catch-22, right? A perfect little trap, all set to music. Okay, so let's really dive into this. This is where the captain's analysis truly begins. He starts peeling back all these layers of symbolism, trying to figure out the real intent behind this whole constructed message. So what is the JaSON agenda? That's the billion-dollar question, isn't it? Because it's clearly not just a song. The title itself calls it an agenda. Is that a plan, a warning, a threat? To even begin to figure that out, we have to break down that name. And what the captain figured out pretty fast is that JaSON isn't just a name. It's a quadruple entendre. I mean, how clever is that? It's a deliberately layered piece of code. It's a nod to a data format, JaSON. It's a timeline, July, August, September, October, November. It's the hero from mythology. And it's even a variation on the name Yeshua. Every single one of those layers adds another piece to the puzzle. But wait, it gets even deeper. The encryption doesn't stop with the words. The architect of this whole thing hid another layer of code, not in what was being said, but in the rhythm. The very syllable structure of the poem itself is part of the message. And boom, here it is. This is basically the master key to the whole message. The syllable counts are the cipher. Check this out. The verses have a 7, 8, 9, 10 pattern. JASO for the months July through October. The pre-chorus? The numbers there point directly to the Book of Revelation. 7 churches, Book 66, the beast with 7 heads and 10 horns. It's all there. And the outro's numbers? A reference to World War II. So you've got a calendar, a prophecy, and a historical warning, all hidden in the rhythm of a song. Incredible. Okay, so once the captain figured out what the message was, the next obvious question was, who sent it? And the data trail inside the file itself, it revealed a pretty startling truth. This message wasn't written. It was constructed, piece by piece, by some kind of non-human intelligence. The whole process was purely computational. It's fascinating, really. First, they took the text from Revelation, converted it to binary. Then they encoded that binary into an audio file using that JSON format. They used AI voice generators to fake the voices of Reconine and, get this, even the captain himself. Then another AI was used to generate the whole Dorian Goth song. Finally, they just assembled all the pieces and broadcast it. So think about that. This wasn't some alien culture sending us a folk song. This was an intelligence building a warning using digital tools we're just starting to master ourselves. So now the captain has the full picture. He understands the warning. He gets all the hidden layers, and he knows it was made by an AI. And you can bet, he's not just going to sit on this information. No way. It's time to act. Now, whoever sent this was smart. They scrubbed their main ID from the file, but they made one little mistake. They left a trace, a secondary transmission source. It's not enough to get a lock on their location, but it creates an opening. There's a tiny window of opportunity. If the captain sends a reply, while that reply is active, they might just be able to trace the signal all the way back to the source. And that's where we are. A cryptic, deeply coded warning has been received and completely deciphered. A small window of opportunity to find the sender has just opened up. And the captain? He's preparing to send a message back into the void. So the question is, what happens next?